Today, we're talking about the mentality of a winner. There are certain mentalities that leave us poor. There are certain mentalities that leave us broke. We can't be doing the same thing we did 10 years ago and expect to be in business. Be consistent at what you do. Jack of all trades does not work. You need to know yourself, then know your enemy. You do not look at what you do from your view. Look at it from the view of the customer. The 21st century business is that business built on customer relationship.
I'm a communications officer for LBS, but I'm actually a broadcaster by profession. When I first heard about the masterclass, I'm a person who naturally loves to learn. Acquiring knowledge is actually one of my hobbies, as strange as it may sound. When you hear the term masterclass, you think, I'm going to be able to master something. I hope at least to be able to master my thoughts on business, strategy, planning, and possibly the mindset of a winner.
My name is Adedoku Ndiemi. I'm a teacher by profession. My passion is in education. I heard about Hexavian on the radio. I find some of the concepts that they come up with very interesting and all. And that was the reason why I came here. It's more about building a brand. That's what this is about, and I'm hoping I'll be able to learn new ways and techniques to achieve that goal.
The law of people. Know the right people. As a matter of fact, it's one of the most important parts of this class. People. Your network determines your net worth. How you network. Look, when they talk about man no man, I always ask myself that, is that not a Nigerian term? Obama connected world. Obama is a product of what Nigerians call connection. Simple and plain. He had to connect. His connection that got Obama there. He's a boy to Clinton. So when the time was right, Clinton nominated him. One of the first people who ever introduced him to one of the early, what's it called now? The early conventions was this same guy, John, what's his name now? Not John Kerry, the Secretary of State. What's his name now? Secretary of State in, yeah? John Kerry, right? Yeah, so I got it right? He was the same person. Connection is not a Nigerian term. Connection is Jesus Christ dying with two thieves, one in left and one in right. What did the left one tell him? Sir, when you get to heaven, remember me. What did Jesus tell him? That's not logic. That's not morally right. It's not morally right. So the thief, when you talk, say, I will remember you. It's connection. Do you get like so? Sorry, pardon my blaspheming. But you see, it's that powerful. It's the fact that connections is connections. Greatest asset you can build is on people and human relationship. Everybody should be a communicator. Everybody should have strong human relationship skill. People don't invest in ideas, they invest in people. When a business is going down and people come up to us and say, you know what, we need people to invest. I keep asking that. I'm sure you have family, you have friends. Are you saying in all your family and friends, nobody trusts you enough to give you money? That's the exact reason why I would not do business with you. Because when you start business, the first set of people that should patronize you is your family and friends. I'm sure when the band is first people to buy will be his mom and his sister. If you don't even have that kind of relationship, In business, people don't invest in people. Even the truth about it is, in contracts, if you have 3 credible hands, competent hands bidding for one contract, the edge will be the guy that knows the guy personally. It's not a Nigerian problem, especially when it's due process, when every other thing is equal. I mean, Nigeria is bad, the person might not even have the capacity, right? So we need to be able to create that skill. It's called networking. But when we talk about networking, there are 2 types. There's vertical and there's horizontal. There's one on top, from up down to top. That's why you want to know Dangote. But you know one thing, I always crack a joke. I always say that the law of value, see why these laws are relative. After value comes people. Don't know people without having value to them. That is called being a nuisance. It's called being a pest. The people that, when they call Dangote, he does not want to pick their call. Simple and plain. Because he picks up their call is, my wife is in hospital, my child has not paid school fees. People don't want misery needs. Misery needs company, right? Misery needs company, but in reality, right, in business, right, people want people that also add value to them. I always crack the joke that if we were to meet Dangote in an elevator, the elevator pitch, if we were to meet Dangote in an elevator, now most likely that's the only way you can meet Dangote and talk to Dangote right now. You can't meet Dangote, you never meet Dangote anywhere else. If you unlock yourself, if it's his office, you can't meet in an elevator because he's not allowed, no one else is allowed to enter the elevator while he's in the elevator. Or Mopos and all that. But the funny thing is, if we're to meet Dangote in an ideal person, the only the closest contact you can probably get logically will be in an elevator. But you see this sad thing, why it's called elevator pitch in business is it takes almost less than a minute, no matter where you're going to, 100th floor, for you to get to where you're going to in an elevator. That's how an elevator is structured. So the question is, for to meet Dangote in an elevator, what would you tell Dangote that will make him, picture this scenario, Dangote is on the phone in an elevator. What would you say to Dangote on the phone that he would say, hold on, let me call you back, let me call you back. This young man, what did you just say? Obviously, you can't meet Dangote and meet Dangote in an elevator and say, sir, please, I appreciate you being the greatest man in the... He's going to say, it's okay, I'm talking on the phone. Because that doesn't add any tremendous value. It's something you tell Dangote and I'm like, why did I think about this? This is my next breakthrough, let me call you back. The person saying, let me call you back can be Jonathan. It could be IBB. Sir, let me call you back. You're not in any ways IBB's level, but you have more assets than IBB can ever have. Is value. That's why we put value before people. Create value, then create people. It's called social capital. One of the greatest currencies in the 21st century, I said, was data, right? Information, intelligence. That's one of the greatest assets you can have in the 21st century. Another asset you can have is social capital. Why do you now understand why the 2 biggest sellers in the 21st century was data? The other one was social network. Look at the amount of social networks that have come out in 10 years. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Google, everybody's doing social network, even in Nigeria. It's the fact that they understand these things. After you create value, after you get all the knowledge and intellect in this case is the same as value because the value you're offering is what you know. The next thing is people. Have social capital. Look, the world has become so powerful that sometimes there's some jobs you want to get. You have to look at your Facebook and Twitter followers before they give you those jobs. When you add me, when you follow me on Twitter and tell me follow you back, first thing I want to look is who are the people that follow you. I see Terry G following you. I see Daddy Shoki following you. I see the Bunch following you. I'm not likely I'm going to follow you. I might even follow you because they're even popular brands. Anyway, that means you're even popular enough for them to want to follow you. You have value for them to. But it's key. The quality of your network determines your net worth. But let's not also just be like we're trying to drop people. We're trying to suck into people. There's also value. So that's why there's horizontal and there's vertical. There's also the kind of networking you need within your peers. People who are in your category are also one of the greatest assets you can have because when things go down, those are people that have your back, not the top people. The value you think you have for Dangote is when it's on top, is when your chips are really down. People who might help you will be people who will give you one kidney when you have kidney problems will probably be your contemporaries, your friend, your best friend, your mom, your sister. So don't also take that for granted. It's all equilibrium. So these conversations, it's your role to align it to what you do as business. They're almost life-related more than business-related, but the same theories follow through. That's why they're called laws, principles. You can't fail them.